Hey everyone, how are you doing? This is Roger and I am back with you. And I hope you like taking a look at the Cavern of Lost Souls dungeon board. So it is very nice to be back with you. Welcome back. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit delayed. It has been so busy this week with shooting videos and getting ready for Thanksgiving. And I hope you guys have a nice Thanksgiving and you're getting ready for it if you celebrate it. So listen, let's get right into this because I think you're going to love this video. You're going to learn a lot about the game right now, and we're going to see some combat, and I did some other things too that'll help you out. So let's just get right into this. I said we're going to talk about the mining and crafting system. Now what I did was I wanted to kind of show you the difference in the dungeon boards. Remember, we just looked at, of course, Cavern of the Lost Souls, so I wanted to reintroduce you to the ancient runes. So you can kind of really see, after just seeing that to this, there's just a really good variety to the dungeons. Okay, so I got some stuff set up here for our demo, and something else I just want to kind of hip you to that I think you'll enjoy learning, and it'll kind of like, you know, get you more acclimated to Dungeon Crusade. But I do want to start with this right here, and it's a shout out to a very awesome friend, a fellow Crusader named Joseph Propati. Yes, Joseph, I told you I was going to put you on the spot, so here it is. And this is something you guys may want to do for Dungeon Crusade, for when you get your copy. Joseph took the time, and it was kind of like a gift to me. He made me a Dungeon Crusade dice tower. And I just wanted to show you guys this, how awesome this thing is. So he like etched in there Dungeon Crusade. And if let's pull you up here more, so you can see that it actually has the Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. So you could, of course, use it for anything. When you're rolling, when you do your D20 rolls. And I need to roll that good in the game. Of course, most certainly for when you're doing, combat with the warfare dice. You can just put them in here. And then judging, like if it's Phase 3, put all your dice here. Phase 2 for whatever comes up, Phase 1. So I just wanted to kind of say, maybe give you an idea of something you'd want to build for yourself, and a shout out to Joseph. Joseph, thank you for this. I'm very appreciative when people do things for me, and I'm super grateful, and I love using this for Dungeon Crusade. So there we go. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, got that out of the way. Okay, so we're going to move you over here, and I'm very excited about this particular video. We're going to be doing some very cool stuff with the game. And I think you're going to learn a lot in this one. So, beautiful shot of the ancient ruins. I'm not going to go too deep about the mining and crafting because I want it to be a surprise to you. But I just want you to know that in developing this, it's a very easy system. It's random every game, so you'll never see the same mining sites show up, and definitely over here in the mining decks. Okay, so if we take a look real quick, there's mining site A, B, C, and D. These will always change drastically from game to game. Let's start with this. In the dungeon, I think I'm going to put you over here, get you more into the dungeon here. Set that here. And there we go. Okay, when I created the dungeon boards, there's 8 mining sites. If you look right here, you probably can't see, but see there, that's like a glowing pickaxe and a rock. So that tells you where to place these. See, this says unexplored. And what you do is, there you go, unexplored. You shuffle these up and you put these down in the 8 spaces. So there's 8 potential mining sites all over each dungeon board. And you know me with replayability and replay value, you'll never see the same mining sites show up in the same place. So what a hero has to do, or you can send Albus out, they have to scout out a mining site. So I'm just going to take Albus. And yes, Albus is allowed to reveal those. Whoops, his thing came off there. We'll leave him there. But a hero has to stand adjacent, and then they can reveal this. So this one, that if a hero did or Albus, they've discovered mining site A. That means you leave that there, and they can mine over at those decks I showed you, mining site A. Sometimes this will show up. This is not a mining site, which, okay, there's not a mining site there. So you can see by these tokens, there's 4 of these and then 4 of mining site, A, B, C, and D. So every game, that'll always stay fresh for you, that you will always experience a different mining site. I'm going to keep it a secret about the pickaxe because I think you'll like how I designed the pickaxe, because of course you need that to mine. And so quite simply, when a hero moves adjacent to a mining site, they take a D3 and they roll. Then you use your pickaxe, and then say a result was 2 on a D3. So you go over to mining site, in this one, A, you draw 2 mining cards. And so you're going to need a few different minerals, moonstone and zoltanite, to mine. Those are like your 2 main, I'll put you back over here. Those are your 2 main ingredients that you're always going to need. And then there's things called precious stones. And there's like ruby stone, iolite, amethyst, and jade, and obsidian, and sunstone. But I think I had some right here. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I'll show you this. Because I love this mining and crafting system. And I don't think it's ever been in a dungeon crawl game. It's a very cool system. Okay, so you see moonstone here. Moonstone is a hardening agent. So when the blacksmith melts this down, he coats the precious gems with it, because the precious gems in the game are what give the heroes the power gems, like the special abilities. So think of moonstone as one of your main materials. It's a hardening agent. And then you have zoltanite. And zoltanite doesn't possess any powerful, any kind of enchantment. But what it does is it amplifies the precious stones. And so this is like a real, picture like a real fragile, like delicate, crystal-like rock. So when you melt these down, these go into your power gems. It's a very cool system, very easy. So these are your 2 mats, as I call them. And then there's, precious stones. And so what you're about to see this is what is big in me, whether I play like PC RPGs or console RPGs or MMO RPGs. I wanted to give players custom ability. I wanted you to be able to tweak your heroes out to build how you want to build them. So let's take a look at Enwin here, and then we're going to get on to our combat demo, which I'm very excited to share with you. Now, she's an archer, of course. Her warfare values, that's like a +3, right? She's really good at that. So Enwin went to the village on Celebration Day, and she bought a driftwood bow. This is a common item, and we can add hold on one moment. We can add a +1 to ranged warfare, and it has a cost of 300 gold. But notice that we have a socket here. Any kind of weapon that has a round socket, you can create from mining and crafting, you can create power gems. And we're going to take a look at one right now. And I think you're really going to like this. And you can really build or spec out your hero how you want. And so here is a recipe card. Let's get this out. So we can see right here, it's going to require us to get 2 moonstone. That's our hardening agent. And then we have 2 zoltanite. That amplifies the effect of iolite. That's the blue gem. And so what you do is once you give the blacksmith these materials, he's going to craft a power gem. There's your power gem. And this one in particular is the greater iolite prowess gem. And so what it is, remember our socket right here? You take this card and you slide it underneath. And I'll tell you why. I know someone's going to ask, well, wait, why is it on both sides? There's a reason I did that. So you see that? When you put it down, it's kind of like, zooming in to show that's in there. So now with that +1, and then she has a +4, she could add +5 to her ranged warfare rolls with that, plus what's on her card. So she's incredibly proficient. Remember that word, proficient. You want your heroes to be proficient in combat, in warfare. But consider this also, and this is where it gets really deep and shows you how you can get into speccing out your heroes. Going back to her hero card, remember we talked about how there's no superheroes in Dungeon Crusade, but you can make them like that. Notice right here, she's not proficient in mythical warfare or arcane at all. You know, she has to -3 if she's going to be fighting a monster or defending in either of these. Okay, let's go back to her driftwood bow. What she could do is she could craft herself a greater jade prowess gem. Same thing. She's going to need 2 moonstone, 2 zoltanite, and 2 pieces of jade. The blacksmith then can craft her that power gem. So check this out. She has her driftwood bow at the socket, right? She plugs that into the socket, and look at that. She just made herself more proficient in arcane warfare because she could add a +4. Notice there? Look it in there. I think you can make that out, right? But she could add a +4 to all arcane warfare rolls. So going back to her hero card, see where it says, you know, for arcane, that's a -2. So now she can add +4, so she's more proficient now. Same thing, she's not good in mythical warfare, right? She can get herself some amethyst from mining, 2 moonstone, 2 zoltanite, blacksmith, makes a power gem. She can plug that into her bow. Now she's more proficient in mythical warfare. See that? There it goes. So you can see now she can add a +4 to that. So she made herself more proficient by crafting these. So consider that when you're playing. That's kind of what I wanted to, you know, nail home for people, or, you know, give you all of that custom ability to make the hero that you want to play. And so that's kind of the mining and crafting system. There's a little more to it, but that's pretty much it. And I hope that you like that and you can see you can really build your heroes any way you want in Dungeon Crusade. Put that back there. And I think now we're going to do something I've been dying to do, because I played this, I said, a few days ago. I always wake up in the morning and I play a little Dungeon Crusade, and I might play it a little bit too much, but I truly love this game, and I am so excited to wrap it up and get it out to everyone so you can enjoy it. So this might go, you know what, I think we'll, why don't we stop it here, because I can get this uploaded. So I'll tell you what, enjoy this one. I'm going to hurry up and do the combat one, and I'm at the 13 minute mark, so that way I can get it up, you know, uploaded quick so you can see it. I'm going to be right back. Let's do some combat. Talk to you soon.